Hey coding buds, so basically in today's GFG POTD we have a problem, Pascal's triangles, which is a medium level problem, but actually it is an easier level problem. The only thing is that we have to understand the approach here. Okay, so here the problem given a positive integer n, return the nth rows of Pascal's triangles. So actually in this given problem we have Pascal's triangles along with the we can say that the rows, okay, the number of rows. So here we have to turn what will be the output for the particular row, like nth rows. Okay, so we know very well about what is Pascal's triangles, and if you don't know about these things you can refer this Pascal's triangles. It will opens Wikipedia website where you can understand all about Pascal's triangles. Like here it is, animation is also given here by which you can easily understand. So basically it is a binomial coefficients which is like you can get it by using this formulas also, where we have our, let's say if I'm talking about n is equal to 1, that means at, let's say at the first level we actually getting value as 1. In the second value also we actually getting 1 and 1, but for generating third value we have to think, we must have an idea that our first value and the last value should be 1, and we have to create our new value in the middle one, like this is the one, this is the one, this is the one, which is like fixed. But after that what we'll do, here we have 1 and here we have 1, but here in these positions here we have to generate a new number which must be based on our previous datas. That means here 1 and 1, so here have to make the sum of both these two numbers. Then after that here we're actually getting 1 plus 1, which is 2, and again here I'm getting 1 plus 2, that means 3, and then again here by using this way I'm getting 3, here by using this way here I'm getting 4, here I'm getting by 3 and 3 we are getting 6, and here I'm getting let's say here 4 again. Okay, so these are basically nth row. So let's back to our problem here. Okay, so here the examples are like given here for n is equal to 4. So what will be the output at n is equal to 4? So here it is n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4. So it is like 1 3 3 1, which we can also see it in the image also. Okay, so here this is the output here. Okay, similarly for 5 we are actually getting an output as like 1 4 6 4 and a 1. Okay, so like that. And for first rows of Pascal's triangle is 1. So here we have to solve this problem for the constant, which is like n is must be greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to 20, and we need to solve this problem with an expected time complexity of order of n and auxiliary space of order of n. So here this question is like asked in multiple good companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Adobe, and it is like completely based on like arrays, recursions, data structures, and algorithm. Okay, so let's try to solve this problem. Actually we can solve this problem by using DP also for having let's say time complexity of order n, but here we can also create it by using vectors also. Okay, and it will also take a space complexity of order of n if I'm also solving it by using vector also, right? So what will be the approach here first? So here I'm creating like two vectors. The approach to solve the given problem is like very simple. The first thing which we have to remember is like here we have to create our two vectors, which is like previous vector and the next vector or the current vector, we can say that. Okay, by which while multiplying all those things, like whatever, not multiplying, by adding. Okay, here we have to adding by adding our current datas. Okay, while traversing we have to store it inside the previous data, and here we have, and then after it we can simply return. Okay, so let's understand here first of all I have to create a vector of int data types, where I have like created our vector name as previous, and then after that where we have to store our final result. Okay, which is of 1D vector type. Okay, so we have to create only one data type of integer, and then after that we have to traverse it. So for int I is equal to 0, which are basically to define about my rows, and second j's are basically to define the columns. Okay, so for int I is equal to 0, I is less than, we can say that n is given here for the number of we can say that levels of the triangle, Pascal triangles. Okay, and then what we will do, I plus plus, and then what we will do here again I have to traverse for int j is equal to, here I have to start it with 1. Okay, and traverse it till the size of I. Okay, or till ith, then j plus plus. But before that, we have to also create a vector of int data types where we have to define our current value, and inside the current value what we have to pass, we have to create I plus 1 size of data, and I have to initialize it with 1. Okay, then after that what we will do, here we have to create once we have created these things, now we have to simply store value, value and return it. Okay, return the addition of it. Okay, so what we can do here we have created our current value. Okay, so by using current value we have to store it inside our main vector, which is like previous vector. So here we can say previous of j. Okay, by using j we have to store it. Okay, and current value is the current of j minus 1, which is like this data. If I'm talking about this sample, so currently we are actually getting 3 and here 3. So this is my previous data, and by using this data actually I'm getting 3 plus 1, which is 4. Okay, so plus current of j. Okay, once you have like done these things, then I have to come out from this loop. Okay, but from the main loop I have to make like previous is equal to current, and then after simply have to return our previous vector. Okay, which will return our current values of datas. Okay, at the end position. Okay, so I am getting output difference, which is like I am getting 1. So the thing is that I have stored inside the previous, but here I have to do like what, okay, so I think I have to like do this things. I have to store it inside the current value. Okay, so here I have to store it inside my current value of j, and I have to use it by using previous, not by current. Okay, the previous of j minus 1 by using previous, and then previous of j. Okay, let's try to compile and run again. So here this time our compilation is completed and it's also passing the test cases. Let's try to submit it. So it's submitted. So yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for watching and keep supporting.